Alright, welcome back everyone. Ep4 here into our Denmark-Norway campaign played on Napoleon. Total War with our Darthmod. And I don't know why I didn't do this on camera, but I did, whatever. All I did was talk to the United Kingdom. And I made a small purchase of our classical economics for a quick 2,000. Figured this would make a little sense. I've got extra cash each turn, so I might as well aid in my friendliness to the superpowers by buying some of their beautiful educationals. I'm sure that they could probably use a little bit of coin to help fight the French and other enemies that they have, since we're trying to participate in the neutral aspect of things right now. And in doing so, with acquiring this classical economics, I was able to now upgrade my merchant house, which of course seems to be pretty decent of a thing to accomplish and acquire here. So we'll do that. And looks like we've already got our boats. Everything else was taken care of from the last turn, which is good. So we'll flip the turn and see what kind of money we can pull in here and what we can accomplish. And we'll look to, it looks like the general idea will be to go and hit Holland here in Amsterdam, take out the Latvian Republic, who seems to be at, at war with enough people that it should help my situation. Even though we are friendly and have trade, I suppose maybe it would make sense to stop the trade and declare war on them. And with them actually getting, with me not even making money from this trade agreement right now, I wonder if it would be wise for me to just cancel this as is and see if I can't acquire the trade elsewhere, as I do believe I am trading, I am trading to them by water, right? Yeah. By sea, by land. Which might open up trading with somebody else that's maybe a bit more important. Maybe even say Russia might be a potential if they would get their ports open. But I guess I'll let it fly for this turn. We'll figure it out on the next turn. Let's just do this and move it along here, see what happens. Nice drink of the waters here. There's the Austrians fighting in Sicily. Sicily was a hard campaign, gotta tell you. They came at me pretty quick. Okay, so they want to, their demands of national consensus, which I just paid 2,000 for, and they're willing to actually give me almost the exact same amount of money that I acquired it from. Huh. Well, that's not too shabby. The other situation being that they want me to join the war against the Kingdom of Italy. Now, let's see here, Prussia. You're not joined up with the UK, which is a slight concern to me, but I'm pretty sure Italy is only allied with France and Spain, maybe even the Latvian Republic, if I can recall. I suspect that this probably won't hurt me if I choose to go to war with them, which does mean, though, that well, this will kind of shut off the whole going to Portugal thing right now, because this will give us an enemy. I am leaning towards doing this in honor of the friendship with Prussia. And I'm trying to look at the mini-map right now and see what are our options walking through. It would appear that France has kind of cut off the southern approach to Italy. I would have to walk through Austrian territory, which is doable. I might even be able to acquire the alliance with them and join in this multitude of superpowers, which would be the UK, Sweden, Austria, and Russia. And I'm pretty sure we can get Prussia to float on the back side of this and be okay, which would present a serious northern conglomerate of power. which is, more or less fine to me since our main goal most likely will be to fight the French and the Spanish. And then later on turn on probably the UK once we've acquired a strong foothold. I am leaning towards doing this. Let's acquire the money, give them the technology, and go to war with Italy. My fellow people, I am sorry. Let's see how this turns out when we get around to the end of the turn here. An agent recruited, another gentleman in Denmark. I'm gonna put you inside here for now because I know from, look at that, cut off another turn. I know from looking around just a little bit here what I can see, there's not another school close by. I would have to, members club, that's for gentlemen. Is it? Or is it members club? It has to be, a university, a college. I don't remember where they are at. I have a feeling there are some, they have to have a couple around here, but it's just, I would have to wander around and then, steal from them. And I don't know if that's actually going to be effective. So let's take a look at this real quick and make sure that we haven't totally ruined ourselves. The allies they hold are the French, the Papal States, Ottomans, Batavia Republic, the Swiss Confederates, and yada yada. That's really not a big problem. That's everyone that we don't mind fighting anyways. They are at war with United Kingdom. This is good. This is good. Kingdom of Naples, the Russians, Prussia, and now me. This is good. Let me look at the United Kingdom. We're at minus 20. It's dropped from 22 from last turn. I like that. The Russians were at 0, holding fast. If I make a trade with them or something, I might be able to accommodate something useful. So this does mean, I think, maybe putting together some fleet action to sail around here and deal with the Kingdom of Italy, which holds one location in the northern part of Italy, as Papal States hold and Naples are their own place. This would be it. They have Milan. Here's a town, Intellectuals College. Yeah, see, long way. Austria holds Venice. That's kind of awkward, but okay. And a little high on the map too for my liking. It would be better fit down here. And as everybody knows, it is the city of waterways. I mean, that poor city. You guys, I don't know if you're aware of this, but in some amount of years, I can't exactly dictate when, 10, 20 years, there is a good chance that a good majority of this city will actually be underwater unless they have upgraded the technology in which keeps the city afloat. And I do mean afloat, as some of the buildings in Venice are actually floating. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's quite a few of the buildings. Most of the city is floating, and a really interesting design for a city. It's crazy, and I really hope that I get to go and visit it before it washes away into the Mediterranean. It's really kind of a sad bit, but quite a cool place nonetheless. So just a little side note there. Poor Venice. I just feel that it kind of should be a little bit more into the water down here. Maybe the port area, I don't know. Anyways, side notes. Okay, let's look at our trade. I was doing some calculations beforehand, and I was trying to figure out just which one of these trade bits is going to produce the most amount of money. As we can see, that was about 400 in gain. I was doing the math for these two ships. It was 480 apiece. If you divide the total by how many ships you have, of course, you will get how much the ship individually is pulling in. This trade lane was pulling in about 420, 430 a ship, which is still pretty solid, but less than if it were pulling in the furs. And this is tobacco, and these guys are pulling in about 380 a ship. And I was starting to notice the more ships you stack on the trade lane, the value is not consistent. So although we may have two ships pulling in at 480, we can do the math here real quick, right? as I do know all these ships are the same ship, which means they'll be pulling in the exact same amount of money per ship as cargo holds and whatnot if they do apply to that. So you can look at this. I'm pulling in 1633. Got the little calculator here, and you can't see it. I'm sorry, I'm doing it on my Nexus pad, but you take that number, and of course you divide it by the 4 ships that we have, and you get 408, which means we're now making less money per ship than I was making with the 2 ships there, awkwardly enough. But that's the way the cards seem to be played out, and I've been trying to figure out how this actually calculates. So, and what, changes these numbers, and why all of a sudden one makes more than the other, and then doesn't make as much. So I'm going to send these guys over here, and we'll figure this out. So I should be trading fur to people. Here we go. Looks like Austria would like the fur from the Americas, and so would Prussia, which is pretty sweet. And we are getting the bonuses from them, which you can see here is a solid chunk of money. Apparently the UK doesn't care about these fur. That's too bad. Or maybe I don't have enough to send to them. I don't exactly know how that system works right now. Why do they want one and not the other? You never know. It's not like I have a merchant or something doing the trade for me. But, so yeah, just a little bit of information there, trying to figure out how to make the most money for us, as we are now pulling in 83.26 a turn. It is pretty solid. We are at war with one place, Italy. And so I was looking here, we have French have looked like they've moved eastward to Munich, as I know they only started in Strasbourg, and then they took, oh no, they had this one too, is Württemberg. Excuse me, did not notice the R in there. Yeah, they started with this one, because that's where I got into the problem last time. So that's awkward. And then they've taken Hanover, so they're right on my doorstep now. Didn't see that one, actually. Did not see that. Not cool, I gotta be honest. Not cool. We have a full army here, but we're still waiting on our Jaegers, and this slow replenishment is really a drag. I have a whole army standing by, and I guess it would be the best choice, since I will not be able to walk down here. I would have to walk through here, ask Austria, be like, hey, can you mind if I walk through Prague, go all the way around to Vienna, Zagreb, Venice, and then hit. Otherwise I have to pass straight through here, pissing off France, which I'm not doing yet. Just not quite yet. So it looks like I should probably look to recruit a bigger ship, and we will put some boys on a boat and send our very first raiding party. It will take 4 turns for that ship. That's epic. 64 gun ships. Though, I don't want these boys to go down. That would mean planning 4 turns in advance to send them, which would probably be another 5 or so. Wow, it's going to be a lot of turns before we get all the way around here. Maybe it's wise to ask for military, the ability to walk my military through their lands, instead of doing the raiding party all the way around. I mean, we could use this fleet and take our chances. I'm slightly concerned about going all that way with them, though. I feel that might be a bit of a problem. We have some extra reinforcements here, because we are still, I think, looking to hit the Latvian Republic, which, oddly enough, seems to be really gaining favor here. War declared on a friend. Let's see, as they are the Kingdom of Italy. They are allies with these people. Yeah, it really didn't make much of a difference for me to hit them. Portugal, Spain, sure, they're just not, that's not a big deal. Let's look at Kingdom of Spain, we're -5, don't care. Prussia, we're plus 101, that's solid. That's looking great. That is looking really great. If I'm not mistaken, we'll have one more turn for conscription, and then we can start our mass mobilization, and which would enable the construction of the drill school and hopefully acquire some new units. We definitely need something better than our line infantry, although we've had a couple of units that I've had to purchase. They have not really stood up to the French units that we have encountered before. I don't think we need to go as far as taking out a star fort right now. That just seems a little over the top. And everything else is accommodated. This is already built. So I'm wondering, we're making serious cash. Let's do this. Let's get our 80 gun ship here. And as I pointed out before, you guys, although I turned this into a trade port, which did me no good being not connected to my capital, which I think is a really dumb aspect to this game. I believe you should be able to trade out of any port that's set up to be a trade port, regardless of it being connected to your capital. We'll take another one of these beautiful 80 gun ships to the line. That was the big difference here. It didn't matter which of these buildings I had for a port, they both provided me with 80 gun ships of the line. Until the next upgrade becomes available, then it would change and offer different ships, where as you can see here, this will not give us another ship option. And your military or naval port will then provide you with bigger ships. I'm not sure how big the ships Denmark is able to obtain, but hopefully we can acquire the 100-gun ships of the line, because they are pretty damn fantastic. And they're just pretty damn fantastic. The big ships are fun. So there's not much I think I can accomplish right now. We've got our army standing by. I really don't need to buy anything else other than to leave someone behind once we take this army. We are heavy on the cannons here and light on infantry. Most builds, I think, would go for a 2 cannon placement, maybe even up to 4 cav, and the rest of it being infantry. We do have some extra boys down here to bring along if we want, but I'm pretty sure we're going to need them for the taking of Amsterdam. So I'm wondering, let's see, what are we looking at here? We can remove almost 800 to 900 with this recruitment of those 2 ships in 4 turns. So that's, something to look forward to. Pay attention to how much money we're going to have to exhaust on upkeep cost. I suppose that having some extra infantry on hand would be wise, although I don't know how. I don't think the units from Italy are all that powerful. I think they're about the same units we're going to get here at the line infantry right now. So I suspect we'd be in good shape with just taking out some more line infantry. And the upkeep here at 137 apiece, we're looking at 240, 280. Okay. Do I want to go all the way out? No. Let's hold on for a moment. Russia. I would like to open up negotiations with you. What technologies do you possess? Logistics and top gallants. Top gallants. Well, logistics would be nice. A supply depot was not something we have the option to have right now. We have a merchant's quarters there. It was when I took over the other place last time. Conscription is something that'll be completed within the turn flip. So let's take this down. It's look at that replenishment rates of regions and movement range. Top gallants would be increase in range. Campaign map for ships. 10%. That's pretty solid. Although I could buy this next turn. Logistics now is going to be more effective as we do have retraining. Oops, wrong button. We'll do this. And I will offer you the same 2,000 as I think that's pretty solid. I'm going to have to discuss a proposal for our mutual gain. They would require another 690 for it. You feel this is a fitting price? I feel I can accommodate you guys. It is good sense, sir. Agreeing to our counter terms is most commendable. I accept that you guys took a few extra coins from underneath the rug there. That's fine. Leaving only 460 behind, that's about the end of it, but now we can get our boats to move 10% farther than before, and that is very true. As before, we could only make it to about here. Now it's pushing farther down. It's just solid, which means my trade ships, well, for the most part, from here, might be able to make it almost in one turn. That would be very effective. I think that's not too shabby. That's pretty good. So next turn, we're still looking to make another 8,000. We'll be in good shape. And although I've joined this war, I haven't really put forth any efforts to accommodate it. That's fine. Okay. What I'm thinking, though, and what I'm worried about is, France. France, where are you? We're at minus 20 right now, which leads me to believe that they might come after me. There's no reason for them exactly not to come after me. They're running out of room to go and attack. Allies, of course, being a Batman Republic is awkward as it is, but they are at war with everyone else except for Prussia. That's because they are trading with them. I wonder what the deal is with Prussia on that situation. Seeing how they are friends all along the board. They haven't picked sides, that's the point. They haven't chosen a side, being France or England. They've accepted that they need to be friendly with those sitting next to them, though. Okay. So we'll have some extra troops, and I'm thinking almost that I need to send these troops down here. I'm almost even thinking that I should probably just now send some of these cannon down here. But, I don't know. We've got a good spot sitting here on the bridge. Plus, we have these guys. I think we're in good shape. Beautiful shape. So, yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get into a battle for quite some turns ahead. But this is careful planning this time. We're definitely playing a far more strategic game. And I am enjoying this. I hope you guys are as well. It's a little bit more planning, a little more thought process. Russia is starting to get on my nerves. Oh, we have another gentleman. And our technology completed. Could you step inside as well? Oh wow, you are a good one. 53 though. You've been around the 60. You've been around the block. No, we need to take on a mass mobilization. We're going straight for the betterment of our troops right now. So we'll do that. It takes 4 turns. I'm not sure how much it was going to take without those guys. Probably a lot more. The minister, I know a little about a great many things. I dabble, sir. I dabble, but I do so con brio. Okay. I think basically he's just trying to boast about knowing a little bit about everything, which is not always fantastic. Alright. Let's move you guys down here. Reinforce our border patrol. And I seriously wonder about this cav. Do I need to move them inside to get replenished, or do they have to have a general? This is not something that I was aware of in Napoleon. Thought everyone just kind of replenished once you're in territory. Regardless, the slow replenishment rate is just beyond ridiculous. Oh, a moderate replenishment rate. Well, that's... You see the gray part right here? That's how much you're going to get on the next turn flip. That was a little sliver last time. It looks like now we'll be within what? Give me the little bigger thing. Don't you guys give me the bigger thing? You should. I thought I told you it would take, 2-3 turns. Huh. That's lame. Okay. So they're hitting I thought Russia and Prussia were on the same boat here. And yet they're raiding a lane here. Alright. And England is doing... Okay, this is happening. So the Batfriend Republic, I am canceling trade with you guys since we're getting nowhere with this. Let me open up negotiations here. I'm canceling this trade agreement. Once I've had its uses, but no longer, sir. No longer. Yes, I am. I'm getting rid of this. I no longer want to dabble with your insolence. We can trade with Spain. To what end? I don't know. It's probably not the wisest of choices to trade with them, as they would be enemies at some point. Although the money to me might be effective. I'm not sure how much we'd actually get from this. Would it tell me? It's the export routes remaining. You, 1 of 4, them, 3 of 7. This is based on your trade ports in the capitalist region. Yes, as we are aware of this. You know, I don't think I want to do that. I would love to wait to get trade with Russia potentially. That seems to be more of an effective choice. But, alright, let's get you guys up here and do some more calculations here. 29, 28, 3197 with 8 ships. Interesting. We'll take the 3197 divided by 8, and of course we're getting 3099. What if we move you up into here and see 1633? Now moving to 5 ships, 1936. Divided by our 5 ships, pulling in 387. So we're pulling in just a couple more coins off of this trade lane than this one. We'll look at who we're actually trading it with. And it's scrunched down the amount of material. We're trading furs to nobody. I'm confused at how that one's working out. The fur is not... No one wants the fur. Would more people care to buy tobacco or cotton? Since we have a lot of move points available here, let's see. We'll take our 5 ships. The 5 here are pulling in 1936, and this is 3197, so we would have to pull in, well, we'll take the 3197 plus this 1936. That would be 5133. If we're not making more than that, then it's not working. No, we're not making anywhere near to the amount that we would be making from that. Wow. Only pulling in 4256. We are now getting a bonus, though, from the UK. And we've broken the market for tobacco. It looks like we really need to move down to another trade resource. Oh, it tells us in total what we're trading coming from the trade partners at 14,250. That is awkward. So if I take the first 5 or so and put them back over here... well, maybe we can go this way. 224. Oh, this is tobacco again. Push you back up here. Another 1936 back. And we're making 15,127. So keep that in mind. And when you're playing around with your trade ships, it pays to do just a, one couple minutes of math and make sure you get the most out of your money. But it really does look like we need to push ourselves south and look for trade in these regions. Sugar would probably be nice. Tea, also. Ivory. More tea. Ivory. Alright. Looks like a good idea. Good plan. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this part up. This will be part 4 to our Denmark-Norway campaign repeat. Redo, whatever you want to call it. And I do think that we'll be able to move ourselves forward with the boats once we get them. 3 turns, we'll take our army and we will investigate the lands down in Italy and see what happens. It's going to be far from home, but nonetheless quite fun. So hope you stay tuned for that. I'm still at 420. Of course, leave those thumbs up and comments at the bottom, and I'll see you next time.